Do you ever wonder what it's like to live as the child of a billionaire? Imagine growing up surrounded by luxury, where money is no object and the world is at your feet. From private jets to sprawling estates, the kids of billionaires live lives most of us can only dream about. But how exactly do they spend their days? Let's dive into the extravagant world of billionaire kids and see what their daily lives look like. Royalty living like no other. The British Royals. When you think of a billionaire family, the British royal family probably comes to mind. Known for their lavish lifestyle, they have a net worth of about $28 billion. But being born into such wealth comes with a whole different set of expectations. The royal children, like Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, live in one of the most famous palaces in the world. Their world is filled with servants, luxury cars, and castles that most people will only see in fairy tales. These kids don't just play in the park. They grow up in a place where their every need is taken care of by a staff of hundreds. For example, Prince George, despite his young age, is already worth around $2.8 billion. But what does he do with all that wealth? Well, just like any kid, he loves to dance. But instead of attending a regular school, he goes to Thomas's Battersea, a prestigious school that costs $24,000 a year. A regular school day? Probably not for him. With so much money in the bank, the royal children's future is already secure before they even take their first steps. And let's not forget about the extravagant spending habits of the royals. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were expecting their first child, they spent a staggering $800,000 preparing for their baby. That included a $43,000 baby moon and a $330,000 baby shower. Imagine how much baby clothes must cost in that world. It's a glimpse into the life of a royal family where no expense is too great. Living the dream, Blue Ivy and the Carter kids. Now, let's take a look at Blue Ivy Carter, the daughter of music powerhouses Beyoncé and Jay-Z. These two have amassed a fortune of $1.35 billion combined, and their children are growing up in a world of unimaginable wealth. Blue Ivy's first birthday party cost a whopping $300,000. Not a typical party for a one-year-old, right? The lavish celebrations are just the beginning of the glamorous lifestyle that Blue Ivy and her siblings enjoy daily. By the age of 9, Blue Ivy had already made a name for herself. She was attending award shows and rubbing elbows with celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion. And it's not just Blue Ivy who's living the dream. Her siblings, Sir and Rumi, are also growing up in a world of luxury. The Carters own multiple multi-million-dollar homes across the U.S., and their kids travel in style, whether it's by private jet or on a $400 million yacht. Traveling the world in the lap of luxury is just another perk of being born into the Carter family. And the wealth doesn't stop at just living in mansions. Blue Ivy was already making waves in the music industry at a young age. She's been recognized with awards and even landed a spot on the Billboard 100, a place many adult musicians only dream of reaching. If Blue Ivy follows in her parents' footsteps, she may just be the next big music star. Bill Gates' family. Luxury with a touch of humility. While Bill Gates might be one of the richest men in the world, his kids are raised in a slightly different way. Bill, with a net worth of $139 billion, has 3 children, Jennifer, Rory, and Phoebe Gates. But despite the massive wealth, Bill Gates has chosen not to spoil his kids the way many other billionaires might. His philosophy focuses on humility and teaching his kids the value of hard work. His children live in luxury, but it's a luxury with a purpose and a foundation of discipline. For starters, none of his kids were allowed to have a cell phone until they were 14. They were also raised with the understanding that the vast majority of his wealth wouldn't be passed down to them. Instead, Bill has stated that he plans to donate his fortune to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, focusing on philanthropy rather than family inheritance. This is a unique approach to wealth that sets the Gates family apart from others. Jennifer Gates, the oldest of the Gates children, has benefited from her family's wealth in other ways. She graduated from Stanford University and, instead of asking for a pony, Her parents bought her a massive estate in Florida worth $37 million, complete with a 20-stall stable for her horses. Talk about a dream come true. The Gates children are growing up in a world where luxury is balanced with a strong sense of responsibility. Money kicks. Dubai's richest kid. Let's head over to Dubai and meet Rashid Bouhassa, also known as Money Kicks, the son of businessman Saif Ahmed Bouhassa, who made his fortune through investments. Rashid lives a life of luxury unlike most. Rashid, who has over 3 million followers on YouTube, documents his extravagant lifestyle for the world to see. His videos offer a glimpse into a world filled with private jets, expensive cars, and exotic animals. Rashid's journey to fame is a perfect example of how the kids of billionaires can make a name for themselves beyond just their family wealth. His home is massive, with enough space to house 500 exotic animals, including lions, panthers, and zebras. And when it comes to cars, Rashid doesn't disappoint. He's been flaunting his multi-million-dollar car collection, including a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta wrapped entirely in Louis Vuitton. Talk about luxury on wheels. Rashid's lifestyle is not just about showing off. It's about creating content that people love to watch. But Rashid isn't just enjoying his parents' wealth. He's building his own empire through his YouTube channel and brand partnerships. With a net worth of $4 million, he's well on his way to becoming just as rich as his father, continuing the cycle of luxury and excess. Rashid's future looks just as bright as his parents', but it's clear that he's putting his own spin on the family's fortune. Royal family of Dubai, gold-plated cars and mega yachts. Now, let's explore the world of the Dubai royal family. Led by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, this family is worth an estimated $18 billion. The kids of this family grow up surrounded by palaces, servants, and super yachts. But there's one royal who stands out the most, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, also known as Fazza. Fazza has become famous for his Instagram posts, which showcase his extravagant lifestyle. From exotic vacations to multi-million-dollar cars, Fazza's posts give the world a peek into the life of a modern-day prince. Fazza lives a life that most people can only dream of. He flaunts his wealth on Instagram, posting pictures of his lavish vacations, massive yachts, and luxury cars. He even owns a 252-foot mega yacht named Miralda, which costs him a cool $70 million. But it's not just about the yachts and cars. Fazza's Instagram also features his exotic pets, including camels. If it can be written, it's probably featured on his page. His lifestyle is the epitome of luxury, with no detail overlooked. And let's not forget about the gold. One of the Dubai royal family's children owns a Lamborghini and a Range Rover, both covered in solid gold. That's what you call a serious status symbol. When you're part of the Dubai royal family, it's not just about living large. It's about living larger than life. Billionaire kids, a world apart. The children of billionaires live in a world of their own. They don't have to worry about paying bills, saving for the future, or even what to wear. Instead, their lives revolve around luxury, travel, and endless entertainment. From private jets to designer clothes, their daily lives are filled with unimaginable experiences that most people can only dream of. But it's not just about the toys and the money. These kids are raised with a sense of privilege and entitlement that comes with their family's wealth. Some, like the Gates children, are being taught to use their fortune for good, while others, like the Carters and the Royals, enjoy their wealth in ways that are unimaginable for most people. But what really sets billionaire kids apart is their ability to live a life free of worry, financial or otherwise. Their futures are already written, and that's a luxury most of us will never know. Still, it's interesting to wonder how they'll shape the world with all the resources they have at their fingertips. So, what do you think? Would you want to live like one of these billionaire kids? Imagine the adventures you could have, the places you could see, and the things you could do. It's a life of luxury that most people will never experience, but it's a life that some kids are born into. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more content on the luxurious lives of the rich and famous.